Okay, so thank you for joining this morning. This is a presentation on social media produced by the Master Builders Association. This is session 2. This one's going to cover why social media is important, what different platforms are out there, and how you can tell what's working for your company. The first session was on March 11th. Eric was in charge of presenting. You can find the link to that. It's on the MBA YouTube channel. Session 2, that's today, and then session 3 will be on May 13th. Katie Stern will be doing that one, and that's going to go over the social media content calendar and how that works. So let's just dive right into why social media is important. So the statistics that you're seeing on your screen right now are from July of 2020, so after the pandemic had started. And at that time, worldwide, there were 3.96 billion users active on social media. And annually, that growth in users had increased by 10.5%. Of that, 41% of men and 46% of women spend their time on social media, and they're averaging around 3 hours a day. So that's a lot of time that people are spending out there scrolling through social media. So it's important professionally for companies for the relevancy on search engines, which we'll get into a little bit more on the next slide. But it also gives you the opportunity to expand your communication, and it can validate your firm as a thought leader. So if there's important articles out there that you follow or publications and you want to share that as your firm, it can kind of put you ahead of your competition and kind of show that you know what you're talking about out there in the industry. So just kind of a little snapshot of what I was talking about with the algorithm with Google. So with social media, it turns out that having social media accounts actually can help affect the analytics with your website. And on doing that, it can increase the hits on your website and kind of push you up in the algorithm for Google. So your company can appear at the top on the first page, kind of these top 4 tiles that you're seeing here. And this is affected by where you're at the time of your search. So if I were to do the search in downtown Pittsburgh, right now, Mascaro Construction's pulled up there at the top. Now, if I were to do this search in the South Hills, that might reshuffle a little bit so that you'd be seeing other companies that would be closer to that location. But, you know, social media kind of gives you the opportunity to get your website up there and get your name out there and on that front page of Google and near the top of Google, which is always important when searching. It also helps, you know, develop new relationships. It can also help really confirm those already existing relationships. It allows you to attract new talent to the company. It can help you push out your company culture to people that aren't at your company every day. It also offers you free advertising, which is kind of a bonus. So with the idea of attracting new clients, you might, you know, then be able to build an opportunity to interact with them. Maybe they message your company on the social media platform or comment on one of your posts. And then that could even give you an opportunity to potentially convert them to an actual client, maybe be able to meet them for coffee, take them out to dinner. So let's go over what platforms are out there right now. So there are more social media platforms out there than what I'm showing right now, but these are the most popular ones. Facebook is still in the lead as the #1 social media platform as far as users go. It'll be interesting to see what happens with that as the newer generations come up and really get out and into the workforce. I know that Generation Z seems to focus on Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. So we'll see where this goes. So right now, the platforms that we're looking at are Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. So let's kind of get into what really works with those platforms. So any of these points that I'm going to discuss, I'm basing this primarily on what I'm seeing by reviewing Mascaro Construction's analytics. So Facebook, you know, in general, it's a more comfortable platform. You can have a little more fun there. In reviewing Mascaro's analytics, I'm finding that the people that are watching it tend to love videos more. And so we tend to try to post more videos to that platform. LinkedIn, it's a little more professional. They're now encouraging hashtags so that people are able to search by hashtags to kind of filter out the content that they want to see. We've noticed with Mascaro that people love seeing photos of our employees because they're connected with those people on LinkedIn, so they like to see them out and about and at different events that they're attending. Instagram's a more visually centric platform, so you always want to try to go for good imagery when you're using that platform. The hashtags are definitely required there. And you can also use videos on Instagram. If they're under 30 seconds, they'll go up fine. If they're over 30 seconds, you'll select an option where it'll add it to an Instagram TV channel. And it basically works the same as a regular post. It just allows you the opportunity to have a longer video. YouTube, that's the big video platform, and you can use that for fun videos, factual videos. We at Mascaro tend to put our videos up on YouTube so that we can then use the embedding option to embed those videos, on our website, or we have an intranet page in-house. I will say with any platform, Facebook or LinkedIn, if you're able to put a post up and put a photo, those always attract more attention than just having text up there. So photos are always encouraged. You also have to kind of watch because some of the platforms don't like to play nice with each other. So it's been found that if you put a video up on YouTube and you try to share it to Facebook, like a link back to it, Facebook tends to kind of hide those YouTube videos. They don't really want you leaving their platform. Also, if you post directly to Facebook or you post directly to LinkedIn, your video's going right up there. You get all this great background information that you would lose had you just posted it to YouTube and shared a link. Twitter, that's text heavy. You can add images or video in there as well. There is a limit to the text, so you really have to plan out what you want to say and keep it concise. Hashtags are necessary on that platform, so you might want to do some research on what hashtags might work best for your company or might pull the most eyes over to see them. Snapchat is kind of an interesting one. It was developed with the idea that you could take a picture and you'd send it to your friends and you'd see it for a second and then it would be, I have quote unquote gone, because it never really is gone. You could take a screen capture pretty much once everything's out there on the web or social media, it's out there forever. Options for doing photos and videos on Snapchat, and as a company you can buy filters. So the way that would work would be that you could purchase a filter, and for the day you would be able to, someone would be able to go in and interact with the filter. It would change their face maybe, or put a tagline from your company or something like that. The other option with their filters is if you wanted it to, when someone gets near your company or near the location of one of your job sites, maybe it would activate a filter where a hard hat would go on them or a suit and tie would appear on them or something like that. So there's some options with Snapchat, but that's going to be something that you would have to pay for in order to access those filters. TikTok, that's the big video platform that took off at the beginning of the pandemic with everyone doing different crazy dance videos and things like that. So, that platform's for dance, comedy, but you can also use the videos educationally. So it might be a platform you would want to look into. With each of these, you really have to think, what might work best for my company. So just to kind of give you an idea, really high level analytics of, how to figure out what's working for your firm. So this screen capture is from Facebook. And when you create a company Facebook page or a company LinkedIn page or an Instagram that's for your company, you get all these great background features to really show you what's going on. So this screen capture here gives me the date. I can see in blue the different posts that I've put up. I can see how far they're reaching, so how many people are seeing this post. I can see engagement, so the blue bar, how many people are clicking on my post. The red bar, who's reacting? Are they liking it, loving it? Are they commenting on it? Are they sharing? And then I've got an option if I want to boost the post, which would be something I would have to pay for, and that would push the post out to more people. So this is really a great option to go in here and see what's working for us. There's a drop down at the top. You can change the reaction and comments. Maybe we want to see if there's anything negative that's happening by us putting up a post. Maybe people are unfollowing us. Maybe they're hiding it. Another great thing is in here, if I click on any of these blue post labels, it'll open it up in a big screen. So now I can see what I actually wrote for the post. how many people were reached, who was engaged with it, how many people liked it, how many people loved it. I also, at the bottom here, I can see negative feedback. Did anyone hide it or report it as spam? And that's very important to me. If I put up a post and it seems like there's a certain type of post that people are hiding, that means that I'm not going to be posting that type of information as often. You can also on Facebook, depending on what other pages you're following, you can see what they're doing, how they're performing. Like Children's Museum here, their likes went up 100%. So I can see what other companies are doing and how they're performing. I might be able to click over to their page, see what they're doing. Is there anything there that maybe I could take away that would work for my company page as well? And this here is a screenshot from LinkedIn. LinkedIn gives you some other great information because everyone's on there normally with a professional profile. So you've got your title in there, the company that you're working for. So from LinkedIn, I can pull great information on, 111 people that visited our LinkedIn page, they're in sales, and how many people are in business development, and what areas and regions are they in, and what companies are they working with. So you get all this great background information to kind of see who's out there looking at your different social media platforms. And that basically wraps up my presentation. If anyone has any questions, you can feel free to type them into the chat. Eric will be able to read those off. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and tune in on March 13th for session 3 with Katie. She'll go over social media content calendar, which I highly recommend. Helps keep you organized and make sure that you're putting up posts in a timely manner.